in terms of internal controls and at a very local level at a parish, what should be done so that we would avoid this? Because this $470,000, it takes 6 years to pull off on average. It should have never gotten to that point. And it's not caught until the priest leaves or an audit comes down from the diocese. Every one of these things should have been able to be stopped at the local level by the laity at the parish. It's their money. What do we do about this?
Well, this is what I'm really excited about, because there's so much that can be done. And for those of us who are excited about accounting, it's a great thing to talk about. So you have to remember, what is internal control? Internal control, it's the environment in which policies, procedures, and people come together to protect the assets of the business in order to further the goals of the organization. And really, there's 3 goals. There's operational goals, reporting goals, and regulatory goals. In other words, if you don't pay your taxes, they're going to shut you down. At TAN Books, I'm sure you want reports on how many books are sold.
Yep.
And operations for the parish is, we got to get baptisms, we got to get masses said, we got to sick calls, all that. And you do that, and you need money to do all that. So you have to design a set of internal controls that are going to safeguard the assets as they come in, the revenue coming in, the assets while they're there, and the assets going out, right? So you're getting money in, you protect it as it's coming in, you protect the money and the assets while it's there, and you make sure it's only being paid out for appropriate items. So there's a lot you can do. So the first thing you can do is, first of all, and it's a simple thing, is you got to have a code of ethics. People have to know what they're going to have to live up to. Very simple. Okay. And then the next thing is you have to have appropriate training. So that's very few things, very simple. So if you're a priest, we have to, in seminaries teach accounting. Warren Buffett said, if you go to business school, the most important thing you can learn is accounting. They have to understand, not just have laity that can explain it to them. They have to be comfortable with that language themselves. Okay. Now, there are a couple ways to do it. You can either go to the community college and take it, that's fine. There are a couple programs out there that are very exciting that help priests become savvy on the business side. One's at Villanova. Villanova has a long church management program.
Yes.
Very well respected. And then Father Bob Gall was brought in from Rome to Catholic U at the Bush School of Business to continue a program that started under another person who left. Father Bob Gall is very knowledgeable in these things. And they teach you both the canon law and the civil law, and they go through the accounting portion. Rick Westerman, CPA out of Virginia, has done some exciting work in teaching priests basic accounting for Catholic International University. He spent 130 hours designing the program. Long time. He's converted to the faith, long time CPA. Okay. So if you can get the priest the training, and then you can say, set the standard. So what are the most concrete things you can do? First of all, 2 sets of eyes on the money. Whenever you're doing a collection, it's 2 sets of eyes. Never have one person alone with the money. Never have one person counting the money, period. The money is going to go into pre-numbered bags. You get these red bags with the serial numbers.
Yeah.
The money is going to go into that bag. Go right in the bag till you can count it. 2 people in the bag, and then when it's time to count it, at least 2 people. Rotating. It's not husband and wife. Try to get 2 people who don't like one another. Then they right. Count the money. And then 2 people on the money.
Get a liberal and conservative.
And there you go. There you go.
A Trump supporter and a never Trumper. They count the money. Just kidding.
So, and then 2 people taking it to the bank. First thing, 2 people on the money. Just do that. If you can get people to give, say through Faith Direct, or some other way where it's taken out of your account and put in the church account.
Direct deposit. That's
even better. Because now you're eliminating the money. Money is really hard to account.
Eliminating cash.
I'm sorry, yeah. Eliminate the cash. That's a very good way to put it. Eliminate the cash. And even checks. You got to take the checks to the bank. Take it out of your account. Account direct to direct. Direct from your account, direct to the parish account.
Wouldn't you think that the amount of the percentage of an annual revenue of a parish is like 25 or 50% cash now and like 50% direct deposit? I don't know, but you would think the cash percentage has gone way down. I mean, I don't give cash. I don't put anything in I do everything direct deposit. Right. I would think younger generation do, but very few young people go to church anymore. So, but just every week I see that collection plate going around. I'm just saying, how much is actually going in there?
Right. Well, what about if you're at a parish that you have mostly people who come from another country, and they're working manual jobs or whatever, and they're paid in cash.
Yeah.
So I bet if you go to say
the Latino community is probably not doing
probably more cash, I would presume. Okay. So so you're handling the cash as it comes in. First thing. The next thing is, okay, you got that bank statement. It has to be reconciled by someone who doesn't have a dog in the fight. Where they're reconciling the bank statement and they're reconciling to the account. Okay? Basically, if you're not reconciling the checkbook, you got a problem. The third thing is, if it's you have large checks, say over maybe 5,000, 2 signatures.
2 signatures.
2 signatures for checks over a certain amount. It'll be the pastor and maybe the head of the finance council.
Oh, so sorry. So, all right. So somebody donates $100,000 to the parish.
Right. It gets
and they have to cash. They have to deposit.
That's fine. Go deposit.
Check.
That's fine.
So what do you mean by 2 signatures?
You need to pay the guy who's paving the parish parking lot. Sends a bill for $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to require 2 signatures. The pastor and
on a check. Are there 2 lines?
Yeah.
Really?
They'll give you a check with 2 lines.
Okay. So you have to request a check that actually has 2. So it's probably a different checkbook.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen a check with 2 lines, but okay, that makes sense. It's good.
Okay.
Then it's requiring 2 signatures.
That's right.
Okay.
Every payment that goes out, it's got to have a receipt, and it's got to be checked. Now, who cares about the $10 stuff, right? But Father's going to submit an expense report at the end of the month. He's going to have He's going to either have a credit card and have to give the receipts or whatever for the parish.
Yeah.
He runs out and makes a sick call. He buys gas.
Yeah.
Well, somebody has to double check that.
Yeah.
And it's got to be somebody the pastor does not employ. There's got to be the finance council, somebody, to make sure that's appropriate. So it's in, out, and then what happens while it's there. If you have petty cash, you lock it up.
Hey, thanks guys for checking out the Conor Gallagher Show. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, or comment, or whatever you got to do to support it. And I appreciate that very much.